So despite what you may have heard on the contrary, I am in fact a human being, right? I am a human. And inevitably, what happens to pretty much every human that has ever been a human is that you're gonna have some bad days. Everybody's got some bad days, everybody has good days too, but everybody's gonna have some bad days. I've recently had a few bad days, and that's not really anything but just the universe being random and chaotic, and sometimes bad things happen to people, and you have days that go poorly. That's a thing that happens. But one of the things that I've worked extremely hard on in my life is how to feel good at the end of a bad day. Like, to make sure that the bad day, even though it was bad, was still productive. Right? Every day should be productive, even if it's a good or a bad day. It should always be productive. So here are a few things that I've done recently that have really helped me to feel better, even at the end of bad days when bad things happen to me. Bad days usually revolve around bad things that happen during the day, so one of the things that I like to do is to ask myself if any situation goes poorly to say, what can I learn from this? And even if that answer doesn't become immediately apparent, I will continue to ask myself that question until I find something, because there's always something you can pull out of any experience. Because like I said, it's all about being productive, because productivity is one of those things that always makes me feel good when I do something, and even on a bad day, if I can find something productive out of something, I will feel good about it. Another thing that I found extremely helpful on a bad day is to just sort of acknowledge all the amazing things going on in your life, or the amazing people that are in your life. That is something that I found to be extremely helpful, and if anything, it just takes me out of my own head and starts allowing me to think outside of myself. And at that point, the bad thing doesn't even seem that bad, because you have all this bigger picture stuff like, oh my gosh, I have great, amazing friends who are so freaking talented and just make me feel so good when I'm around them and or talking to them. That's awesome. I love that. So instead of thinking about that bad thing that happened, you're now thinking about hanging out with your amazing friends in a field in slow-mo dancing to Ellie Goulding's Burn, and that sounds way better than focusing on the bad thing. That's some good feelings right there. That's good stuff. And again, that's also a productive thing to do, because instead of focusing on that one bad thing and wallowing in it, you're then moving outside of yourself and saying, how can we move forward? How can we feel better to then attack it better next time, or to do something else that makes me feel good? But the thing about bad days is that it's not necessarily about bad things that are happening to you. It might just be that you're feeling bad on a day, and there's no reason for that. And that's where the last defense that I have found in making myself feel good at the end of a bad day comes in, and that's to remind myself that I am alive. I almost go through a checklist in my head like, 1, are you breathing? 2, do you get to see yourself when you look in the mirror and recognize that you are a person, you have an identity, you have a consciousness? And 3, are you able to sense the world around you and take it all in and receive that? And if you can answer yes to all 3 of these questions, which if you're watching this video, I imagine you can, that is so good, and it makes me feel so good. Just like to think about how rare of an opportunity we have to exist, and if you think about it, if you existing in your current present moment, no one will ever experience that present moment where you are ever again. You're the only one who ever do that. Like, that's some limited edition stuff right there. That's awesome. My existence and my continued existence is like one of the coolest possible things that I could ever even fathom in my brain. What's cooler than existing and being alive? I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer for that. So even on the worst of days when I'm couched staring at a TV blankly, not feeling anything, and I start to think about the fact that I am here, that is enough. You know, the fact that I'm alive, that's enough on its own, and everything I do after that, that's icing on the cake. Icing on the cake. And usually when I get to that point, I'm successful at feeling good at the end of a bad day. Because regardless of whatever's going on in my life or how I'm feeling, I'm here, and I can do stuff. And that's really rad. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yup. So, if you want to see more of me today, because there's gonna be more of me, you can go check on the link in the description. I did a video over on the channel So Vlog about it. I got some rad friends who do videos over on that collab channel, and they were like, Connor, we need you. And I'm like, guys, I got this. I got this. So go check that out. It's gonna be a ton of fun. But as always, I'm Connor Manning. You've just become a little more awesome, and I will see you guys on Friday. So I hope you guys out there celebrating your various holidays based on your ethnic and religious backgrounds, I hope you guys have a great time of year. It's a nice time of year to kind of like reflect on your fellow man. So I hope you guys have wonderful holidays wherever you are, whoever you are. And I hope you're around the people that you care about the most. And if you're not around those people, talk to those people. Give them a call or something, or text them or Skype them. I would prefer a call. You know, that's that's the parent in me is gonna you know, say call your mom. But yeah, for real though, have a happy holiday, and I will see you guys on Friday. Goodbye.